So now we're going to switch gears a little bit, and I'm going to talk to you about our cylinder line. Within our cylinder line, we have over 1 million different configurations. I don't want that to scare you though, because everything is modular. Things are very simply and easily changed in and out, and you could create the exact cylinder that you and your customer are looking for. So before we dive into some of the parts and pieces, I just want to do like a high level of what the offerings are. For our cylinder, the aperture is always going to be 4 inches. So the opening is 4 inches no matter what. From there, we have 3 different lengths. Our first one is small. The small is 4 inches in length. We have a medium. That one is 8 inches in length. And then we also have a large, which is 12 inches in length. We also have a few different mounting options. We have cord mount, stem mount, surface mount, and wall mount, which is similar to a pendant. Within the cylinder family, we are using the same DRD modules that you guys already know and love. Here's our DRD2, our general illumination downlight, our DRD2X, which gives you a 20, 30, or 40 degree beam angle, or the DRD4, the adjustable, which gives you 360 rotation and 45 degree tilt. All of those are tool-free adjustments you could make. These 3 modules secure in and out of the cylinder using an ideal connector, just like we're used to with one frame. So now that we've talked about some of the cylinder basics, I do want to show you a few close-ups. Here I have one of my cord-mounted cylinders, and I just wanted to show you a few things about the installation. One thing I mentioned is that our modules use an ideal connector to connect in and out of the cylinder. If you can see from below the cylinder, right now I do not have a trim on here, but you might be able to notice we're using these same screws. It's the same installation as our one frame, making it really simple to potentially change out a DRD2 and maybe add a DRD4. I also want to show you, this is new to the family, this is our suspended uplight. With this feature, I really don't know how our engineers did it, but they did an amazing job. They have this white frame. When the DRD2 on the top of the cylinder illuminates, this white frame completely disappears, and now you have a shadowless uplight downlight. So I don't want you guys to worry. You're not going to have any Mercedes-Benz logo on your ceiling if you do install this product. The last thing I want to show you is how it mounts. So all of our cord mount cylinders come with this black bracket. This is what mounts to the J-box. You might notice there's 2 magnets on there. This is a magnetic canopy cover. So what that allows us to do is install the cylinder, the canopy cover clicks right into place, and that's going to cover up any imperfections from opening up the ceiling. I do want to show you, and I am going to show you again later, how all the trims twist and lock, but I wanted to give you an up-close example. Here's our Snoot. The Snoot does a really nice job at directing the light downward and controlling the glare. The Snoot has the white collar. The white collar goes into the cylinder. It twists and locks into place, and that's how you secure your trim. The Snoot is one of the newer trims in this family, but really exciting, my favorite. We have shades. Shades are brand new. Here is our round shade. This is an example of our flat shade. With both of these options, I have 2 diffusions that can go on the inside. The black one is showing our clear diffused. The white one is showing our warm diffused. These anodizations do a really nice job reflecting the light. We generally describe the clear diffused as an Alzac, and then the warm diffused is more of a wheat or a rose gold. Regardless of whether this is a new cylinder installation or perhaps you come across a homeowner who already has some of our cylinders installed in their space, all of these trims will work on existing or new cylinders. Right now, I have here the adjustable with a standard round trim. This is our traditional decorative trim, which is made out of acrylic. So I'm really excited to show you how all of these trims just twist and lock and how you could create completely different aesthetics in just moments. So, like I mentioned earlier, right now I have the traditional decorative trim on my cylinder. Let's say I want to make a change. I twist and unlock the trim. I'm going to grab our low profile decorative trim. This one is really nice and minimalist. You line it up, you twist it and lock it into place. And as you can see, now we have a completely different look. But let's just say the job changes again or your homeowner changes their mind. No big deal. Twist to unlock this trim. Maybe now I want to see what the snoot looks like. Insert and twist and lock. And again, now I have a totally different look, but also you might notice how the light has changed between the decorative trim and the snoot. Now the light might be a little bit more directed downward, and the black really does help soften the glare. The last one I'll show you is my favorite. It's the shade. Here's our flat shade. This flat shade that I'm showing has the warm diffused on the inside. Another thing I want you to notice is, I'm sure now you can see, we have this white collar. Ultimately, the collar goes up into the cylinder, and then you twist it and lock it into place. And now you have a completely different look yet again. And I'll angle this one toward you also, just so you could see how the light kind of shimmers off of the warm diffusion. That one's my favorite. Thanks guys for tuning in. Just to put a little bow on it, I would say the key takeaways for DMF is everything we do is modular. It's going to make designing your projects really simple. It'll make installation simple. And of course, as the job changes, you'll be able to be flexible and roll with the punches. Thanks for hopping on. We'll see you next time.